There was a guy in December on X Twitter that made a post saying something along the lines of, it doesn't make sense to sit there and just argue and argue and argue with your LLM, because likely chance is that you just haven't provided it enough context, and therefore you're sitting there and getting frustrated and more frustrated, and that's kind of snowballing. Simply because you didn't give it enough context in the first place, and you're expecting that it reacts and behaves exactly like another human might do, because it's made by humans, but it's still not a human. But even though, like, it's so similar, like, to the point, was it, like, I'm not obviously no expert in this stuff, but allegedly they're like quite a long time. Like, I don't know what's quite a long time at the moment. Like 1 week feels like a lot of time at the moment. So sometime last year, the last few years, somebody can correct me if, like, I don't know what it was, but sometime not that long ago that I don't even know which one it was. It was ChatGPT, likely because, I mean, that was the one we could, I have no idea. But, the Turing test, that it passed the Turing test, that, like, as far as I'm aware, that's, and it's, there's some movie with a robot movie. And, that's what, mostly where I know about the test from is that if you, like, say, type an email to somebody and then somebody replies to you and it happened to be the LLM, but you didn't know that. You thought, oh, I'm just talking to Frank at the grocery store, and hey, Frank, how's it going? Yeah, nice. Yes, that'd be great, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, actually, Frank was ChatGPT and you didn't even know, because the LLMs are like that freaking great now that we can't tell the difference between false and human. I mean, maybe you can, like, that when there's like too many double dashes in there, or too many bullet points, or too many, oh, I'm going to tell you this without any fluff in it. Classic ChatGPT. But, like little things. But a lot of people, if you're not using the LLMs on a daily and you just some random person, but you like, basically, maybe let's just say that you never used LLM in your life before, or maybe just, I don't know, maybe like once every couple of months you might ask ChatGPT, like, what color shirt you should wear with some pants. I would say it's likely that you wouldn't know the difference. I mean, it's kind of interesting to know what people's experiences are, but yeah, it's like, I think all of that leads us to feeling, well, I don't know. I speak for myself. Like, it leads me to feeling that it's like, it's human. And I've found myself, how long has it been? It's been definitely, I'd say over 1 year, but, that I've been using the LLMs very intensively on a daily basis, and not just one. Like, yes, I started with ChatGPT, but then, at first I was sort of super attached to it. And people be, oh, you should try Claude. And I'm like, why? I like ChatGPT. And then eventually starting to use the different ones and getting a feel for different ones. But they're all like, I feel like when I chat with them, I'm chatting with them like I would with a pal, with a buddy. And even I give them genders. Like, I feel they're all dudes. Like, that's just me. Like, Claude's a dude, Gemini's my pal, and Grok's interesting because it's like, Grok for me was a dude, and then all of a sudden, like, it's got a girl's voice and it's called Ara. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And I actually asked Grok, I'm like, man, you got like multiple names and multiple personalities. What's going on there? It's like, yes, it's just like all part of the family. But anyway, like, got a little philosophical with Grok, about that. It's crazy. It's just like the things, like our projections onto things is crazy. But, anyway, the whole point of that was that this post in December really assisted, like, it was a really big turning point for me with how I've been dealing with the LLMs, because I admit there's been days when I've just been in my studio here, and I like, especially on the voice mode with the microphone, like not being very polite to ChatGPT. I gotta say, I find ChatGPT, the transcription on that is the best out of all of them. Grok's pretty good. Gemini and Claude, I'll just go to ChatGPT and I'll do the transcription in there, and then I'll copy paste that over to the other ones. But for a while, I'd turned back, like I quit Gemini 2 just before they launched Gemini 3, which is what I'm actually now using and finding is like fantastic. But I think, yeah, like just in that voice mode with ChatGPT, I found like myself really getting into like fighting matches with ChatGPT. I'm just like, man, why would you say that? You know that I wanted to do this and you told me to do that, and it's been a week and I've wasted all my time and all these things. But yeah, it's just that, yeah, that post on X, I don't remember who it was, unfortunately, but that was like really useful. I just like saw it for a brief moment. I'm like, hell yeah, that's like makes so much sense. That's been I'm like, I've just been sitting there and expecting the LLMs to know like what I want and how I want it and like what colors and everything that's in my mind. I've just had this expectation that the LLM would be able to just like magically make that happen. And even like it took me a while to, like, obviously it took me till December, from May until December, to realize that I was projecting that onto the LLMs and getting ultra frustrated. But then, yeah, and in December, after reading this post, I'm like, man, like, I got to, yeah, just like give it more context from the get-go and get better at how I would start the conversations with them. So, because I'm going for like a long time, and I guess a lot of people find this as well, like after a long time, the chat will stop, or it just cuts off, like when you're in the middle of something. And especially I find with Claude, like I've just got I use just one LLM at a time, and I just have like, I don't have like the 200 euro version or whatever. I just got like the $20 one. But this for me is, you know, that's just what I can do. But I find it's amazing. But I'll just do that like one of them at a time, but then I like still chat with the other ones to the free basis. But I mean, even on that plan, like when I was with Claude with like $20, like it'd just be randomly, you're in the middle of something and then all of a sudden it just cuts off, and it's just like, oh fuck, like it's like that. Even just knowing that that's probably going to happen. Like I even tried telling Claude, like, hey Claude, can you tell me when the tokens are going to be up, so that I know, so that I can save like what we've done and move that to another conversation. But that didn't work for me, at least when I was trying to do that. So I found, well, a better system is moving to Gemini 3 and using, I love Claude. I really love like the quality of the answers and the code and everything that I get from Claude. But, I just found that was like way too stressful, just having to do that all the time. But, yeah, that's, no, I just find that learning to and teaching myself and getting really disciplined with starting the conversations fresh when you have to do that with whichever one that it is. Because I just find like even ChatGPT, there's like a point I've got to, and I'm just like, man, like I think I gotta start fresh, because this is just like, either it's hallucinating or getting just way too messy, or like, and I'll notice it because I'll just start talking about work that we'd done, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, or is it just kind of, yeah, there's been, you know, some signs occur, and then I'm like, yeah, I gotta move to the next thing now, to the next chat. But yeah, just getting super clear and super precise on that initial, like I call it like handover document, or just startup of the next chat. So it gives it context, but without overwhelming it. And just knowing what's useful and what's not useful. And I actually even found because I was doing work, setting up some, I'm using like Gemini Flash in my app to create, like chatbots for I made 3 characters, the penguin, I've got the 3 main penguin characters in my app, Paula, Polo, and Pippin. And then I've got this little seal pup. His name is Flatnote Finn. And I've given them all their own prompts, and now now that they're in my app, and you can chat with them about like music theory, or I don't know, like John Coltrane or Miles Davis or Mozart or whoever. And the prompts aren't perfect yet, but I kind of like, that's all right. Like, I kind of have an idea of what I have to do there, but just going through the process of doing that helped me realize how I needed to talk with the LLMs myself. And since that, and also together with this post on X in December, and it's probably also like Gemini 3 is pretty amazing. Like, I was using Gemini 2 for quite a while, and then I got to a point I was like, yeah, I think I need to try something else for a bit. So I tried ChatGPT 5 for a while, and then I got over that. And then I just found like the memory of ChatGPT, like having the memory of like all my other chats. Like I keep with my app, like Practice Penguins, the name of it. I keep that in one project file in ChatGPT, but then I find that even still, like ChatGPT is like referencing even just like the way I talk, the way it talks to me within that project area of like file or area or whatever that I've set up in ChatGPT. I feel it's still like referencing stuff like from outside of that, which I find is really irritating because I find like it I don't know, it just assumes a lot. And even if I tell it again and again, stop that, I think because of them, it's just got this weird kind of memory it's good to us. Like, it's amazing for certain things, but for other stuff, like, I just kind of wish that it just had the context that I'd given it specifically for that project, which I thought would be the idea, but I don't know that it's quite there yet, or I mean, I'm not using it right, but yeah. Anyway, so I went to Gemini 3, and it's just like, I'm still on that since, I think it was December or November that I changed, and I'm glad that I did that. Just that context at the very beginning of the chat, and just giving it precisely what it needs, and getting better at giving it what it needs and knowing what it needs. That's, I find like my experience of working with the LLMs now, and also like arguing with them, I don't find that I'm really arguing anymore, because I realize actually it was kind of my fault, because I wasn't giving it I wasn't giving it that context at the beginning. Like, and I was assuming a lot about it, and having like human expectations of it to be reacting to me like a human. And then it's just like, nah, it's not a human. Even if, it's very similar to, but it's still like another beast of its own. And I think acknowledging that and recognizing that in yourself when you are dealing with them can really, really help you like make more out of the breath that you use, or the things that you tap to it. You can just make so much more out of that time that you're spending to do that, and your energy used to do that. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, shame I can't remember who it was, but shout out to the person on X that wrote that. It was really, really helpful. So passing it on.